What's going on, everybody? In this video, I want to talk to you about flipping properties versus doing the BRRR strategy. Now, the BRRR strategy stands for BRRR. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but it stands for buy, refurbish, refinance, and rent. So that's the BRRR strategy. So if you hear me referring to the BRRR method, then that's what I mean. And then flipping properties is obviously when you buy something, you're doing it up, you may be renting it out and then you're selling it, or you're just buying something, doing it up and selling it. This is called a property flip. So I do strongly believe that these two methods go hand in hand. So they come together like this, what you like to call synergy. They go together, they work. If one of them works, if a property works as a BRRR method, then realistically it should work as a flip too. All right. Now the reason I say this is because if you're buying a property and you're going to do it up and then you want to refinance it, that means that you're adding value to that property by when you're refurbishing it. So when you're doing a flip, it's the same thing. You're buying a property and you're adding value to the property and then you're selling it. The only difference between a flip and a BRRR strategy is that basically with a flip, you're selling the property, so you don't actually own it when the deal's done. So when the deal's done, you get all your deposit back, all your refurb back, plus your profit. Now with the BRRR strategy, if you do it very, very successfully, you will get back all of your deposit and all of your refurb costs, and you get to keep the house. Now, the reason why the BRRR strategy is kind of a preferred method for myself and lots of other developers is because we want more houses, we want more properties, we want more buildings. And there's a reason for this, guys. If you keep selling all these properties and you're making your lump sums of money, you don't get something called capital appreciation, which is where you have an asset and it goes up over time. Now, capital appreciation is a very cool thing because realistically it's completely passive. You own an asset and it goes up in value over time, meaning that's not really earned income, that's just passive income. So you're not having to go out there and do a load of different, you're not trading your time for money. Capital appreciation is definitely a form of passive money making. It's not income because obviously you're not going to really benefit from the capital appreciation unless you remortgage your property and pull out equity that way, or if you ever sell it down the road. But capital appreciation is a beautiful thing. Now, I know this woman called Ruth Hobbs, who's a developer in Derby. She actually had a property in London that went up £1 million, okay, in capital appreciation. Okay, so kind of focus on more high cash flowing properties.
Yes.
With better capital appreciation.
Yeah. So, for example, one of my houses has gone up £1 million in London since I've owned it, and that is just capital appreciation. That's not anything. I've done a few tweaks to the property, putting in new bathrooms and stuff, but that's not.
So it's just kind of gone up on its own.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. One property that went up £1 million on its own. So if we just think about the power of owning multiple properties, then you can see that it's very lucrative to own more than just having one property. So that's kind of why I would like to do the BRRR method over flips, because if I can pull out all of my initial investment, then that's amazing, guys. That's essentially you're getting like a free house in a way. I don't look at it like that because it's not a free house, but if you're pulled back all your money, so say you invested £70,000, maybe it was £40,000 for the deposit, and your legal fees and your refurb cost came to about £30,000. So that all in all is £70,000, and you was able to remortgage it when it's all done and refurbished, and you're able to remortgage it once you've refurbished it and pull out all of that £70,000, then guys, that's like having a free house. So, but remember, if you can do a successful BRRR method on the deal, then it should work as a flip too. Because in order for you to do a BRRR method where you pull out all of your investment, you're going to have to add some serious value to the property. Meaning if you was to sell it tomorrow, it'll be worth a lot more than what you've paid and what you spent on it. So that's called the profit, okay? So don't just think that you can buy a house for 150k, spend 20k on it, and then do the BRRR method and pull out all of your money. No, that's not going to work. You might only get your 20k back, okay, or a bit less. So in order for a BRRRR strategy to work, you have to buy something for 150, spend 20k on it, but it's now worth 230, 240. Okay, so can you see? That's the profit margin. All right, so you can do the BRRRR method and only pull out 50% of your investment. That's still great, guys. And then you want to calculate, is it best for you to just pull that money out by remortgaging, or are you going to sell the property? And then you've got all of your investment back, all of your refurb back, all of your fees back, plus your profit. Okay, so that's how they go hand in hand. Flips and doing the BRRRR method, they definitely go hand in hand. All right, so keep that in mind. I'm actually having a situation right now where I've got a property which someone's trying to buy off me. The agents are telling me I'm going to get X amount, and you know, it's looking a bit juicy, but I just don't know. I don't know if I want to sell it, guys, because as I said, we're going back to the first point. When you own multiple properties, over time, they all go up in value and you get that amazing capital appreciation. So, and you get the cash flow as well. You're getting your monthly profit. When I say cash flow, I'm referring to monthly profit. All right. So a lot of these HMO deals, they make me upwards of £1,000 per month. The latest one I just did is producing me right now around 2,200 profit, but it's because it's got no mortgage on it, because I did it on a bridge. I'm currently just refinancing that. Yeah, when it's on a mortgage, when I switch it to a mortgage, the monthly profit is going to be roughly around 1,600 to 1,800, depending on what mortgage I go for, how much I get the property valued at. But say, for example, if I couldn't pull out most of my money on that deal, I will just sell it, because I want to have my money constantly flowing and working for me rather than having it tied up in a deal. But for some people, they might just want to buy a property and just leave it, collect the rent every single month, and then in 20 years time sell it for a lot more than they paid usually. Another example of capital appreciation this time, which is a reason why I prefer BRRRR strategy over flips, is because my mum purchased a property 25 years ago, okay, for £80,000. She probably spent about £20,000 over the years doing it up. Maybe a bit more, maybe £30,000 over these 25 years. But that property is now worth £380,000. And guys, that was before the whole lockdown thing, so it might be worth 410 now. So guys, it just proves to you that the capital appreciation what you can get for doing nothing is a lot, guys. And that always stuck in my head. My mum bought this for 80 and now it's worth 380. So it's gone up £300,000 in 25 years. Yeah, 25 years is a long time, but guys, if you can get 10 of them, you know, these properties that I'm buying now for 150, ideally in 25 years time, they're going to be worth, you know, 350 as well, or more. So, hey, you can only hope, right? But I think one thing that I personally want to do is a mix. I want to do a mixture of BRRR deals and also flips, because I think you can do both and they do work well together. For example, the banks like it every now and again if you just sell one, because then you're going to have a big lump sum touch your account and it looks healthy. You know, when the people are giving you mortgages, when the lenders are giving you mortgages, and they look at your bank balance and you've got, you know, £200,000 or £100,000 there, it looks good for the banks, is what I'm trying to say. Also, you need to think about tax. Whenever you sell a property, you're going to pay tax. Whereas if you do the BRRRR method and you pull out your money by refinancing, then you don't pay tax on that money that you pull back out. Okay, because it's essentially money that's on a loan. It's like a secured loan against the property. It's a mortgage. So if you release equity from your property, you don't pay any tax on that money, because it's increasing your loan amount. All right. So you got to make payments every single month to pay off that loan eventually. Or if it's interest only, then in 20 years time when it's finished, you're going to have to sell that property, pay the bank back, and then you keep the rest. You get your deposit back plus any uplift. So yeah, I hope this helps, guys. I hope it's just my little insight on property flipping versus the BRRRR strategy. It's just my thoughts, just my opinions. Don't get mad at me. It's just what I think. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.